to
Okay.
temporary from there to this level because I want this liquidity to be taken out before it start reversing.
Welcome to Trader Versus episode 1. Today we welcome Mohammed from the Philippines here today with us. As he does his analysis on gold, I will follow after he's completed. Remember, the goal isn't to see who is right or wrong, as we can both be right or wrong. It is to display different styles of trading from traders all over the world. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss the next episode as I have a few guests lined up. Comment any questions you have for Mohammed or myself, and like the video if you got any value from it at all. Let us begin. Alright guys, so welcome to the Trader Versus podcast. My name is Brandon. I would like to welcome Mohammed here today.
Hello there. Hello everyone. Hello Brendan.
And yeah, so Mohammed, welcome. We're gonna take a look at gold.
Thank
Gold was
you.
a pair of his choosing. Mohammed, take it away. Let's go.
Let's go. I just want to make it very quick, simple and easy, to be frank. Still don't have much of these things, but frankly want it to go back on these zones. This is my high probability zone. If at all the reversal is coming into play, I want it to come here to this level, max to max within these zones, the bottom level. Basically, I use support and resistance. I'm a support and resistance trader who looks on based on the support and resistance, as well as like I like to follow the trend. So where we are going to get the pullback and from where we can expect a reversal. So based on this, I'm looking here on this pair. The first priority to fly on this level will be max to max this. If at all the rejection comes on this level, that is this level, I want it to drop from there again back to this level to test and can give us a continuation. That will be like this and then pull back. So on that level, I want it to come at least to 55. First priority will be for this, will be till 55 for me. This one till here. So this is what I'm expecting for gold. If first thing it needs to fly on rejection, we look for a selling opportunity. This was on daytime frame. Now, if we are looking back into the lower time frame, that is starting overhead. So this is what we see. So hope you understand my point here.
Yeah, I do. I have an idea.
Yeah. So overall zones are very clear, like I told even on one this thing. So I will just place the levels straight away without taking much time. This will be the thing. I want the coordinates will be this exact to be exact for me. That's it. And from here, first rejection over here, from here, this level, I need a rejection here. Based on that rejection, I will take trade till here. This will be my level 2.
So let me ask something, Mohammed.
Yes.
You are bullish on the pair or bearish?
I am bullish actually.
Right.
I want like the market is still see the momentum. That is based on the higher time frame. That's why I started on day time frame to make you understand the trend is uptrend. Okay?
Right.
It's a clear pullback. So the pullback needs to be done like either it can just now if we are seeing on 4H, it's a complete uptrend on higher time frame, that is on daily time frame basis. But when we are looking on 4H, you can see the trend is like this. So how much like where is the support zone? The red line which I marked on daily time frame is your support zone. So where we have a liquidity laying here. So if at all the possibility is that to take out that liquidity within these zones and again give a reversal. So the first priority to test, take out that level, test that level, the previous liquidity, whatever is laying here, it will take out, then it will come like this. And then I want like this. Do you understand? This is the simplest way.
So in other words, right. So in other words, what I'm getting or what I'm gathering is you are selling temporarily until it sells to your level of interest. And then you'll
but here will be the point of interest for me to sell again. To temporary from there to this level because I want this liquidity to be taken out before it start reversing. So upon this, once it's staying upon within this trend line zone, when the liquidity grab is done, and the candle should stay above, means taking out the liquidity wherever is the liquidity zones as
Right.
accordingly,
Right.
and
Right.
should come back and stay above these zones, and then we have a clear thing to retest above levels.
Interesting. So let me ask this, right? Based
Yes.
on the potential temporary sell that you're interested in,
Yes.
if you were to enter, how would you enter? What would you look for? What would your stop look like? Things like that.
See, for me, when I look for entries, I use lower time frames. First, my POI level is very much confirmed over here. Let me
Right.
take these green lines as my POI level. So let me mark this as my core also. Okay. So this is my thing. But when I want to refine, I will start refining from higher, like from one hedge, and identifying if I can find any proper fair value gap where I can look for the proper zone. So I got one already. If at all you're seeing that, that will
Yeah.
be here somewhere. I think this is on one hedge. So I will
So you
refine.
so
Yeah.
what you will be doing is trying to enter off of that BFVG
Yes.
and
Yes.
then put your stop, I'm guessing, above that level,
Yes.
right?
Yes. But important for me, like I told you, I will wait for the confirmation. I am not placing directly sale limits. The reasons what I see and what even I teach to my students the same things, how to understand why the market is reversing. The important part is that, like, how this market structure is forming, that plays an important role. If certain things are not, like, we have a proper things, if it is not, this is not in proper order, that means more market has to make it again into proper order, right? So
Right.
same thing will happen, what I'm noticing here. So I will take this level as according to that. So that's why I'm expecting to test this, stay within this zone. On that rejection, I will take a sale again for a pullback, and then my long term will be this. Unless it is not taking out the previous above higher zones, to take out that zone or at least to test that level, I'm not looking for again sale. I need that. I'm still bullish. I want these levels to be tested first, then it should reverse back to the above level, which is pending from the last drop, if at all we are seeing on core hedge or daily.
Interesting.
Here, if you see on one forehead, this is the story. But again, it is not a downtrend, to be frank. It's a completely in a range market, in a sideways, right? It's not in a downtrend, right? So when we are looking on daily, we have a clear trend. So there is no confusion in the trend part. If we are looking on the bias, we have a clear bias of uptrend. It's only a matter of till where the market has to test the levels, and again to give us a rejection and give us a pullback. It can take out that liquid high also, and then it will drop. As per this, as per brokers and everyone, it is 20, means as per Honda, it's still not broken the previous high. But FXCM, let me show you clearly here if you want. Let me take you here for the time being. I'll just show you here complete story. As per, I will take 1 month. Now, starting with the brokers, if you see FXCM, it has made already 79 as the high, 2079. Okay. As per Onda, it is still this, the old previous high is not been taken out. If you can see the previous
So
high is still
what you're showing me here is how the different brokers are manipulating the
yes,
price.
yeah, yes.
Right, good.
And another thing is that I check all the broker. These are based on the trading view, right? Apart
Right.
from that, I have posted even the brokers, like where I have live accounts. I've taken Vantage and IC Market. I've posted both of them. As per them, it is 2080. The price, what the new high as per the broker is this one, 2080 for IC and Vantage, 2011 and 2013, something like that, in between
Right.
this. But this is the new high. Means the point is that as per the brokers, the brokers where we are trading, it is clearly it has created a new high. But and from other brokers, which when we are looking on the charts like FXCM, Pepperstone, and Forex.com, it has broken the previous high. Only one broker, that is Honda, haven't as per this chart broker, it didn't took out the previous high. My point is that, like, if at all it will be the same, you need to consider certain times some things which are like, when broker is showing this thing is not for this broker, it didn't happen. There is an instance on GBP, or if we can see, it shows a big wick. In other parts, in other charts, it didn't show. And you want, I can show you a small example of that also. It was in 2020, somewhere around this one, I think. No, not that. Sorry. I need 4 hedge at least. Yeah, 4 hedge. I can show here. There was a big wick. Yeah, this one. If you can see here now. And what was the date here? Let me post you a simple example here. Now here, that was on Sunday, June 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now same thing. I will take another pair, same pair with another broker. Let's take FXCM, GBP odd, and we go back once again. hedge. And what was the date? 20 June 2021. This is the date. 2021 June 2020. 2021. Somewhere around here. So we got this here somewhere. 20 June 2021. Sorry. This one is coming in between, so that is.
In other words, what you're just trying to show me is manipulation on the different.
Yeah. But what happened next? You need to understand that also. The point what I'm trying to show you here in 2 ways, not only in one single way. So same day, if you can see, 2021 9 o'clock candle. Okay, this is the 9 o'clock candle. As
Right.
per this, what is the story? Now I will make it this candle till here only to 5 o'clock, and this candle here it will be to 5. So you will see the difference. As according to this, it is on the pi actually. I need to change to other. Okay, now see. Can you see that big wick there? And over here,
Yeah.
we don't have a big wick there. So
Mhm.
the broker difference. But in reality, what happened? Let me mark this now. Take it. I'm marking only on the from the low and high, and then I will take you directly and reset the chart. It went again to that above level, and it's like filling the 50% of that candle, the wick I mean. It gave that wick capacity, and it returned to that level. This was the wick which I marked on the high. This is the overall high. It came back within the wick zone, and it started dropping, and it continued dropping after that. If
Right.
you can see. So now the point is the same for me. It can come back and take out that high and create new high in total, and then it will drop.
Interesting.
Do you understand? Do
Absolutely.
you understand my point?
Absolutely.
So that is the reason I'm expecting. So for me, I created something based on that. The new high for me will be 2084. I need rejection on that level, 2084. If it breaks this level of 2084, that will be the new high, and then it should drop from there. And if that doesn't drop, doesn't break, not drop, so it will continue till 100 change.
Right.
For sure it would. So this is the new levels which market also didn't create it. I have that levels, so I'm telling it very clearly. And I did live, even in that I gave that 2084 level, and that's where I was saying that it came to 2080, but not to the 2084. So this was the thing when I did. So now also I'm having the same expectation. So I'm not. That's the reason I was asking. If you want, I can do another pair. But this gold, I'm very well aware of this thing. Where what happened? So this, like, I went into that. I used to watch it regularly. I did so much stuff with gold. Only majority of things changed for me, frankly speaking. So my ratio, when you see on gold analysis, it's like totally different comparing to pairs. So
That's
it's like
fine. That's fine.
that's how I see, and that's why I'm sharing my opinion. Even in today's live, what I was doing, this was our entry point in, to be frank. And if you can see clearly, on one hedge we had a clear level, and that's where we had clear thing. No hanky-panky stuff. It was very clear. The zone was support. The support zone was not breaking. It was a clear support zone, and I identified this zone, and that's where the entry was exactly here.
Mm.
Perfect sniper entry. That's why I was saying you. And even on USD JPY, we had a perfect snapper entry because of that. As long as I'm aware, I'm just waiting for the confirmation. I'm trading because once you see the candle rejecting on that particular level, I'm looking for an entry based on that. I'm
Right.
not just so this was on higher time frame. I will mark and I will like my entry time frame for gold is 5 to 15 minutes, but majority I use 15 minutes for my entry, and that's where the entry happened. You can see this is what happened. So I'm expecting these things, whatever I have expected in my analysis. This is the thing.
Interesting. Cool. Anything else you want to add, or you good to go?
Yeah, this is fine for me to good to go. Means if at all, like I told you clearly, it's a very clear thing. If at all, what is my bias based on higher time frame? That is, I'm using only on daily, not on weekly or monthly. But this is what I see. But just daily and 4H is good enough for me to understand what market is going to do, what the market makers can offer for us.
All right. So you're ready to see my screen then?
Sure.
All
You
right.
can.
Let's go. So we're going to mine now. So guys, now it's my turn. I am going to analyze the exact same pair that Mohammed analyzed. And
Great.
yeah, so let's go. Let's begin. So I want to say first and foremost that I absolutely agree with your bias. All right. Your bias being bullish. All right.
Yes.
But for much, much, much different reasons. What I realized you did is you use trend lines. Now I use trend lines, but more so as what everybody else would be seeing. What I'm trying to do, again, if you remember what I told you before we started this, I told you that I don't trade using a strategy in particular, whereas
Okay.
I'm using data to build out an analysis, and then that would create a strategy that is literally bespoke to each and every new trade that I take. Now, here's the thing. You draw a trend line here, which is telling me that it is very likely that a lot of people are also seeing this trend line, which
Agreed.
again tells me that this is an induction. What do I mean by an induction? For those of you who are listening and don't know what induction is, think about the last time someone told you to do something that and they made it seem like it was for your benefit, but in actuality you realize it was for theirs.
Yes.
That's what induction is. Induction is to get
I understand.
you to do something so that you can literally do the exact wrong thing for the person who told you to do it, their benefit.
Yeah. Okay.
So I absolutely agree with the bias being bullish. And the reason why is when you go, like you said, you went to the daily, I'm using your same idea. When you go to the daily and you go to the weekly, when you go to the monthly, you can tell that gold is absolutely from the beginning of time, since gold has been gold, it has been a bull market. Now,
Right.
I saw you were speaking about the manipulations at the high and all of that. That is very much valid, but I don't need that to tell me that it is likely to break. And the reason being, for me, the way I look at it is it's a bull market, meaning it is likely to continue to buy, right?
Right.
I have the philosophy that I just follow the momentum regardless of what the market is doing. I'm just looking for buys at this point. Now, you said something that you look for price to take liquidity temporarily from, say, I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is this level or something.
30 days, yeah, about around 2000 level.
Right, or only 2000 level, if I'm not mistaken. Right, somewhere
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Now, and you wanted to see that, you wanted to see it drop back down to I believe that level and then go
Yes.
up. And I
Yes.
agree. I agree to some extent. And here's what I'm thinking. I typically don't look for where exactly the liquidity is going to be grabbed. What I'm looking for is when it is grabbed. Because the way I see it, I don't know. We don't know. There's no way that we can actually know, even though you have your analysis and you have your drawings and you do all of these different things. There's no way you can actually know until it happens. So rather than trying to predict, what I do is try to react. So what I'll do is I'll actually look to the left for areas in which I believe that the liquidity might be. That's one. I might say this is one here, right? I might say this is one. Well, it's already on this one here, right? So all of these are areas in which liquidity might be. Gold can target any one of these areas, meaning it can actually.
I agree with you.
All right, good. So it can actually go here and then go up. It can go here and go up.
And it can go up. Yes.
Right? But we know, and I agree with you on this, we know that it is going up. We know that.
Right.
because it is an overall bull market. It just
Bull
makes more sense to follow the overall direction of the market.
Direction, right?
Now, you notice I'm using a different word to what you're using. You use the word trend. I'm using the word momentum. And here's why I believe that to be so important. You can have momentum without a trend, but you cannot have a trend without momentum. Let me
Yes.
explain what I mean by that. You have
No, I do understand your point.
yeah, but I explain it for the viewers, right? We have we have here a very aggressive momentum movement.
Momentum. Yes.
Can we consider this a trend? I wouldn't say so.
Yes.
I wouldn't say so, right? Because what you would have to do, would it be this or this or this? It's kind of finicky, right? But you can have a trend. I mean, you can have momentum without a trend, but you cannot have a trend without momentum. So you have this trend here, but we know that it is in bull momentum. So what I do, what I actually do, is I'm waiting, just like what you said, I'm waiting for when the market goes into the bull momentum.
Right.
And that is when I would consider the buy. And here's the thing. I'm only interested, let me delete all of these things. I'm only interested in the market going into that bull momentum after it has taken liquidity from the downside in one of these three liquidity areas. If
Now,
price,
can I
go ahead.
Can I interrupt if you don't mind? It's not like that. See, everyone knows. My point is like whenever I'm marking, means if I want to mark these all zones, it's like huge confusion. For me, it's like always to find out the major level. So for me, the major level is this one. That's the reason I didn't mark this one to make
That's
it
fine.
thinking.
That's fine. It's not that, remember we said the idea is not to say right or wrong.
I'm
Idea-
just explaining also. That's it.
That's fine. Don't worry. Just make sure. So, like for me, I'm just making sure that I'm covering all the bases. All right.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm doing. Right. And
Yeah.
it's not about who's right or wrong here, because again, there'll be times when you
It's not about that for sure. No worries about that.
right. There'll be times when you are right and I'm wrong, and there'll be times when I'm right and you're wrong. The idea
Yes.
is to showcase what it is you believe and what it is I believe. And
Yes.
I feel like we can target any one of these lows. Anyone.
Yes.
This one,
Yes. Anyone. It can be anyone.
this one. And only
But one thing here I want to tell. Yes, please.
only
Yes.
when I see a clear rejection off of one of these levels and the
Yes.
momentum to follow suit
Follow. Yes.
is when I would consider the buy. And you notice again, I'm using the word momentum.
Momentum.
Because what I need to enter my trade is momentum in the direction of my bias. And my bias, just like yours, is bullish. I need to see that the bulls are in control before I place a buy. Because it just does not make sense to enter for a buy when the market is selling. It doesn't make sense to enter for sell when the market is
It
buying.
will never make any sense if at all the people who.
You understand?
Yeah, I do understand. That's what I'm saying. It will never make any sense if at all. It's not like selling in the bull market on a long-term basis.
To end my analysis, it's actually quite simple. To end my analysis, I'm looking at this general high. I do believe that if price, I'm not when, if price gets back up here, there's no question about it. It's going to break. It's not a matter of if it gets back here. If it gets back here, it's a matter of when it will break, not if. But if it gets back up there, that's the question. But we know a lot of things can happen. So essentially, from this point onward, it can fizzle out and it can go back down. We know it can do all kinds of different weird things from here. If price can go back into bullish momentum and get back to this level, it is not a matter of if it will break. It is a matter of when.
When?
That's literally my analysis. So right now, I wouldn't do anything. I would not try to sell Ghoul as of right now, in my opinion.
I'm not. We expect that level, first of all, for me, that major level.
Right. You said you would try to sell here.
Only on rejection. Unless I don't have confirmation, I will not take sell. And the sell also like till where like we targeted the trend line.
Right.
That is around 1937.
Right. So you're looking at if you see rejection to that level, you're looking at something like that, right?
Yes, around 37. We can look up to 37.
I can understand that, but I typically advise traders who now learning and stuff not to go against the momentum. So in this case, the momentum is bullish.
That is only like short-term sale and long-term buy again from that level. That if it's rejecting.
Again, for me personally, I typically recommend traders just follow the momentum. Listen, you are experienced in this case based on what you're telling me and based on what I'm seeing. So it's easy for you to change your directional bias on the fly, right? But for traders who are learning, I don't recommend that. That's my take. My take is when the market is
I'm
buying.
sorry to interrupt here. I want to tell this thing, and you should also tell this thing to everyone.
Right.
Anyone who is not that much like, let's assume they are newbie and they don't need to trade gold if at all they cannot understand.
Absolutely.
It's important because it has more volatility than other pairs. Try to trade pairs, especially don't try to trade on news events if at all you don't know anything how to trade on news events. So a few things they need to learn. Without learning, don't trade. As simple as that. As long as you are gaining the knowledge, then only you start trading. If you cannot, then better to quit trading and do other works. Simple.
Absolutely. So, guys, I think I'm done there. Mohammed, I appreciate you joining us.
Thanks a lot.
This analysis
Same
on
here.
yeah, other than that, guys, if it is you have any questions for myself or Mohammed, if he wants to leave his handle to get in contact with him, I'll let him do that and I'll put that in the description of the video. If you want to get in contact with me for anything information related, understanding what it is I do better, anything along those lines, I will also leave my information in the video description. Mohammed, again, thank you very much for.
I would like to take this opportunity also to thank you, and definitely it was really nice thing what you have done, and may God bless you for what you're doing, man. Thanks a lot again, and thanks to everyone whoever is watching this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe also. It's really very good. Thanks a lot,
man, guys. Peace out. See you all in the next one.